Before I get into my written speech, I think most of you know that the majority of people of our community love you. Yesterday, my wife sent me on a mission to go pick up a handicap ramp to go up some stairs. And I called a woman before I got there. I said, "This is Dave, and I'll be there in 15 minutes." And she said, "I'll meet you outside." And when I got there, I guess she must have recognized me. And I got 2 hugs. And she said, "Thanks for all you do." I bet I'm not alone in that. I bet each one of you, when they find out you're a law enforcement officer, get told thank you from the majority of the people that we meet. The majority of people do admire what law enforcement does, have done, and will always do, protect this community. The last time we met at this memorial was 2 years ago. Our world, our country, our state, and our community have changed since then. Thankfully, this obelisk has not. Each one of us have changed in the last few years. We're a little older. Many of us have had COVID. We here today survived it, but many of us know a person that lost their lives during the pandemic that still rages throughout our world. It doesn't seem that long ago that I had to take off my work clothes before I walked into the house and put them in a wash and take a shower before I could talk to my family. Kenosha still has a few windows boarded up, but mostly we're getting closer to life as normal here where we live. The weather is slowly changing, and our anticipation of warm summer days and vacations is growing. In the last 2 years, we've unfortunately lost retired members of our departments from old age or sickness. It makes us all sad to hear about someone we served with, protecting Kenosha, whose body finally said it had enough of this world and moved on to eternal rest. All of us here will follow our friends on that trip someday. But I'm sure you are like me and looking forward to watching my grandchildren, great-grandchildren, and maybe even my great-grandchildren grow as we see where they fit into this amazing world. The names on this monument and the monuments around this country are filled with men and women whose bodies were not ready to let them rest. They were still in the prime of their lives. Some were new to their careers, and some were getting closer to retirement, but their bodies had not given up on them yet. It was someone or something else that decided it was time for them to meander up to heaven's gates. The chance for them to live their dreams and look after their loved ones was taken from them and us. Today we honor those who gave that ultimate sacrifice to the community they protected. We may remember them as someone who we went on calls with. Maybe they trained us, or maybe they were just part of your families. The important part is we remember. When I speak at graduation ceremonies to new officers, I tell them that they are the closest thing to a superhero that the average person will ever experience in their lives. You will save people from fires and accidents. You will find lost children and dogs. You will save someone from being beaten or even killed by others. But you're not invincible. Cherish your incredible careers in law enforcement. Know that there are many in our communities that still look at us as Superman and Superwoman, but remember, kryptonite is closer than we want to admit. The ones whose names adorn this monument can attest to that. Thank you to the men on this monument who gave their lives so we can have ours. Thank you to the families who let us share your loved ones' memories, if even for a fleeting moment in time. And today, thank you for all of you serving to protect the great citizens of our community. It's more than just a job.